Hi there, I'm back to show you something really cool you can do with the faceted ornament dies, and I got this idea from my friend Kathy in California. She made one with the moose. I love snowflakes as long as they're on paper and not in the air or on the ground around where I have to be with them feeling their coldness. So this is with the lights off. It's hanging on an ornament hanger here. It's a little hard to do this sideways, but you can see there are windows cutouts in the side here. I know the reflection's gonna come off the camera kind of funky, so I'm gonna turn the light back on. And wow, that went mysteriously awry. That's a little bit better. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so this is the ornament. You can see that this is a vellum window, this is a vellum window, this is a vellum window. So what I used was the large ornament. That's this guy here. And sorry for the glare. Okay, and then the mini holiday dies number 2. Alright, there are 25 little individual pieces in one little square layering die. They are all like that. Okay. So you're going to want to watch the basic cut and fold video to get an idea of what to do for this one. Shows you all the basics on how to cut it, how to score it, all of that. So you're going to need your paper that is your ornament. And don't forget, if it's not multi-directional, cut it with the holes to the top so that the pattern goes straight up and down. You're going to need a little light. If for some reason you can't find these little battery-powered lights at your local dollar store, Dollar Tree, let me know. I did pick some up. You're going to need your hanger. It's handy, you don't need it, but one of my little flosser thingies there. So the bottom of the ornament, decorative snowflakes cut out of glitter paper from Joann, and some Velcro dots. Alright, so the bottom of the ornament is actually open this time, and the top is glued closed with the string coming through it, but this is completely glued down. Okay, so here's our little light. This one still has the protective paper down inside it that you remove. So this one I'll show you. Oops. They're a battery power, and what I love about these is it's just like your key fob for your car. It's the same size, so you can pick those up. So if you do have to disassemble it, there's paper in the bottom, and then you're going to have this little piece here, which is your positive connection, and you're going to put the battery in with the slick side, or the number for the battery, down. And you have to get it past. Got to get this actually. There you go, it goes up on the ridge, so make sure that's hanging over. Then the battery fits. There's a piece of paper in here, and so you have to take that out so that this can make connection. If for some reason it's not making super good connection, go ahead and pull your spring, not too hard, don't want to break it, but that makes sure that it's making contact. They are waterproof, although I don't intend to put the ornaments in water. They do have that little ring around them, and then you just turn it, tighten it down to turn it on, and you just loosen it up to turn it off. Now you can see it can still make connections. So if you're transporting it, you would pretty much want to put that paper back in, and if you lose that paper, any kind of paper is going to keep the metal from connecting. So that's the function of the light. Okay, so I did the basic cutting and folding for the large ornament, and then I used a snowflake die out of, well actually I used 2 snowflake dies out of these mini holiday dies. So you can see here, you have a lot to choose from. Let me show you the picture again. These were a lot of fun to make. So you have all those different little window or decorative options. Alright, and what I used was the snowflakes. So after it is cut, I might have my snowflakes out actually. We'll just use this one. Oh, and that one's in there. It's a little square ends up being about a 1/16 of an inch smaller when you cut it than the faceted 1x1 that this is. So you would just cut a bunch of these little squares and they would lay over here. Okay. But we'll pretend that this little light is a snowflake. So what you want to do is you want to have all of your little folds folded because that makes them visible. Okay. And I do apologize, we keep getting glare. That's just the nature of my lighting. So this made it simpler now for me to be able to take and lay that die in the orientation that I wanted. So like this though is a light bulb. So it would, if it's sitting here, it's going to be a sideways one. But if it is turned, then it would be up and down. I would just leave it sideways. Okay, so then you would take a little piece of tape, like stencil tape, and you would tape that down and run it through and cut it. And now you see that I'm putting it there. These are actually wrong. I did these kits, and you'll notice this notch right here because I'm too cheap. I didn't want to throw them away after I got as far as I did on them. So you want to make sure that you're putting your openings where the holes are, because when you fold this, that little piece right there is what fastens the ornament together. And if you put it here and it's all the way wide, it can show. So what I did is I cut a little notch out. There, I think you can see that. So that I would be able to still use this. It's enough to glue on, but I actually made the mistake on the very first one I did, and then I fashioned about 10 kits out of the mistake pattern, so don't do that. So always put your cutouts where your holes are on the top, okay? Alright, so once you have your little holes cut, I don't know if you can see it very easily, but this is just actually a wax paper. And wax paper is, or parchment sometimes, it's slick on one side and it's not on the other. So I just put a little bit of my Super Tack glue around it and stuck down the squares over top of the snowflakes so that the glossy side was up and the non-glossy side was in contact with the glue. And I did this because I didn't have any vellum handy. And if you don't have any vellum handy but you have wax paper or parchment paper, it's going to give you that same transparent look that you would get from the vellum. Now, I did try to use my square die to cut squares because I thought, wow, that would be handy, just put a bunch of little squares. This is actually, the square die is the same as the edge of most of the designs, so you're going to have to cut just slightly under a 1x1 piece, and mine are not super perfectly square and straight. Doesn't matter as long as they cover the hole. So then once all of those are glued down, again, we just fold it and glue the side. I'm not going to do that on here because I want to save this kit for somebody who might want one. Also, while it's flat, I did die cut these little snowflakes to stick down. Now, the best glitter paper I have found is the ones that are sold at Joann. Let me just grab this. Oh, that's not it. I don't know where it's at. I can't remember the brand, but it sells for 79 cents, and they had it on sale for something like 16 cents, so I bought a ton of it. But it die cuts super well with all your little detailed dies, because some of them do not work very well. Okay. You're also going to need these little Velcro pieces. Now, you can use regular Velcro, but I found this really thin, super, super thin Velcro, and I like it because it doesn't have such a big bump to the bottom of the ornament when it's closed with the light in it. Alright, I'm going to show you again what not to do. See how I put the dots in the middle? Yeah, don't do that. Cut your dot in half and put half here on that fold edge and half here on that fold edge. If I was being really fancy, I would probably put them all four around and skip the middle. So here I have assembled my ornament. Again, you're going to watch the basic cut and fold. I've glued my snowflakes on every other, so alternating them, top and bottom. Alright, and then I went ahead and glued the top shut, like I show you in the basic cut and fold video, how to glue the bottom, but we're doing the top, and then I pulled the thread through. Okay, and then, now we have the bottom open. So, what we would do is we would put one Velcro for the side to side. Here you do that. Okay, so you push it together like that with your Velcro and you press it down. And then you can do the other Velcro over again, side to side like that. And you can see why the Velcro needs to be at the outside edges. They also make these little thin Velcro in squares, and I will link to the Amazon add-on. For some reason you don't have an Amazon account or you don't have the add-on, let me know. I can order extra, but you do have to add them on to an order. They're about $3 for a pack of 12 squares. But they're nice and thin. I'm not sure if you can find them anywhere else. I live by Amazon because there's nothing here. So that's going to close the bottom and make it so that you can reopen it. You might want to put a little note in there that says that they can open it and take the light out to turn it on and off. Okay, and I think that's just about everything you need to know about how to make a lighted ornament. If you have any questions, feel free to message me from Facebook or email me or whatnot. All my contact information should be there. And have fun creating your lighted ornaments. Have a wonderful day.